Now let us talk about while loops. We use while loops to run a specific code until a certain condition is true. Here is the syntax of while loop. We use while keyword, then the condition and colon, then we keep a space of one tab, then we write the codes we want to run. Now let us take a look at example. In this case I have created the variable called I equal to 0. Then I have created the while loop. Condition is I less than 3. Then content is print x. Then add 1 to the existing value of I. Now let us see how this code will run. First Python will check whether this condition is true or not. Since I is equal to the 0, it is less than 3. So the condition is true. Then Python will run the content. It will print x. Then it will add 1 to the existing value of I. Now again it will go to the beginning. Now I is equal to the 1. It is still less than 3, so the condition is true. So it will print x again. It will add 1 to the I again. Then again it will go to the beginning. Now I is equal to 2. It is still less than 3. So the condition is still true. So it will print x again. It will add 1 to the I. Now it will go to the beginning again. Now I is equal to 3. So now I is not less than 3. So the condition is false. Therefore Python will not run this code. Then it will terminate the while loop. Now let us talk about two control statements in while loop. First one is break statement. We can use break statement to end while loop permanently. So let us see this example. I have created variable called I equal to 0. Then the condition is I less than 3. Then print x I plus c equals 1. If I equal to 2, break. Now let us see how this code going to work. First I is equal to 0. So it is less than 3. So the condition is true. So it will run the contents of the while loop. First it will print x. Then it will add 1 to the I. Now I is equal to 1. But I is not equal to 2. It is still 1. So break statement will not work. Again it will go to the beginning. So I is equal to 1. It is still less than 3. So it will print x again. Again it will add 1 to the I. Now I is equal to 2. So now this condition is true. So now it will run break statement. So it will end the while loop permanently without go to the beginning. The second control statement in while loop is continue statement. We can use this statement to stop the current iteration of while loop and continue with the next iteration. So let us take a look at example. I have created a variable called I equal to 0. Then the condition is I less than 4. If I is equal to 2, then I plus equals 1. Then continue. Within the while loop, print I plus equals 1. Now let us see how this is going to work. First I is equal to 0. So it is less than 4. This condition is true. Then it will check whether this condition is true or not. So I is not equal to 2. These two codes will be skipped. Then it will print I is equal to 0. Then it will add 1 to the I. Now again it will go to the beginning. Now I is equal to 1. Again it is less than 4. So the condition is true. I is not equal to 2. So these two codes will be skipped again. Then again it will print I. Now I is equal to 1. Then it will be add 1 to the I. Now I is equal to 2. Again it will be go to the beginning. I is equal to 2. So this condition is true. This time I is equal to 2. This condition is true this time. Therefore, these two codes will be executed this time. It will add 1 to the I. Now I is equal to 3. Then it will run continue statement. So current iteration will be stopped. Therefore, it will not run these two codes. Again it will go to the beginning. Now I is equal to 3. So the condition is still true. I is equal to 3. So this condition is false this time. So these two codes will be not executed this time. It will print I I is equal to 3 this time. It will add 1 to the I. Now I will be equal to 4. Again it will be go to the beginning. Now I is equal to 4. This time this condition is false. So the while loop will be terminated. So you can see in the output 2 has been skipped. Now let us go to the PyCharm and take a look at live examples. Now I am creating variable I equals 0 while I less than 5 colon I want to print 1 divided by 3 minus I. Then I plus equals 1. Let us run this code and see what will happen. You can see it gives an error when I is equal to the 3 because we cannot divide the number by 0. So we have to skip iteration when I is equal to 3. So let us try continue statement. If I equal to 3, I plus equals 1, continue. Now let us run the code again and see what will happen. Now you can see it has been run without any error.